and welcome to the mecca of high school basketball. This is Simon Drain, joined tonight with Mr. Garrett, and tonight we have a great game ahead of you. Thank you for those of you that were waiting, in the little lobby for us to come on. Just got done watching a spectacular game between Butler County and Davis County, a game that we both thought was going to be the region championship-esque kind of matchup, because I think this kind of determined who's going to win the whole thing. And it was a spectacular game, Mr. Garrett.
Yeah, that was just a breathtaking spectacle that we just saw. And, yeah, we're sorry if you were waiting. We're not legally allowed to start until the previous game ends, and that was just a little bit ago. It was, that first half was like catch your breath action. And even the second half, too. Davis County, Jonathan Moss, 30 points in the first half, like three-pointers everywhere. Second half, Ty Price gets it going, finishes with 38 points of his own. And if it's a shame that was a first-round matchup, because that did, like you say, that had a championship vibe to it for sure.
Yeah, and like you said, Ty Price finished with 38 points. That was one of the best, if not the best, guard battle I think I've probably ever seen.
It was awesome.
At this level. It was just some of the highest level high school basketball you will probably ever see, especially in the state of Kentucky. So, a great game to watch. And hopefully to follow. It's going to be a hard act to follow for sure, but hopefully we see an even better game tonight.
Yeah.
Between your Breckinridge County Fighting Tigers and Ohio County. Ohio County coming into tonight with a record of 18-12. Breckinridge County with a record of 16-12. Breckinridge County coming off a district defeat in the district championship game against Meade County. Hopefully we can regroup from that one and come out of tonight's game with a big win to advance us into the semifinals. Running down some of the stats. First for Ohio County. Ohio County led in scoring by one of the best players in the region, Elijah Decker.
Yeah.
20.5 points per game for Decker, followed by 15 for Carter Young, 10 for Bo Morris, and then about 5.5 for Ryan Durham. Pretty well-rounded scoring attack for Ohio County, led by Elijah Decker there. And for the Fighting Tigers, led by Mercer Rogers, averaging just under 15 points a game, 10.5 for Lance Poole, 8 and 7.5 for Jonah Miller and Chase Hardesty, respectively, and 6.5 for Braden Carmen. It's going to be a great game tonight, Mr. Garrett.
Yeah, and we saw these two teams earlier this year. The first home game for Breckinridge County this season was Ohio County. That was a 6-point loss for the Fighting Tigers. There would be a heavy asterisk with that game, and that was Decker did not play. Elijah Decker was in the building. He just was sitting out for whatever reason, maybe an injury, but that didn't last very long. He's only missed 2 games this season. And so we saw it early. Both teams still figuring out the new lineups, new season, especially Ohio County without their star man. But he's out there tonight. He was looking good in warm-ups just a little bit ago.
And interesting point for Ohio County, a guy who starred in that game, Carson Kennedy. He's only played 9 games this year. He's not playing tonight. So I think he had 20-plus in the first game against Breckinridge County with Decker out. So interesting point there that he won't be in tonight's game. Got just about 13 minutes until the tip.
Yeah, and let's think about, Simon, I think for Ohio County, key to the game, they've got one of, if not the greatest player in this region, although the last game we got to see some great players too, but Elijah Decker is no joke. So for Ohio County to win, he's going to have a big night. What about for the Fighting Tigers, maybe to get it done?
I think obviously it starts off with Mercer Rogers. He played a pretty solid game in the last one against Meade County. I think you also got to bring up, due to what he did in the last game as well, Lance Poole. His three-point shooting prowess, especially in that first half, kept us in the game. I think we're going to have a lot of people contribute in a lot of different ways. Scoring the basketball, I think some of these lulls we've had in the offense in that Meade County game, we can't have that against a team like Ohio County because we're going to take advantage of that. You can't have these long, multiple scoring droughts that we've seen the Fighting Tigers have at points this year. I think we're going to have a big game on a Braden Carmen rebounding the basketball like he's done so well this year as well. With Decker and Morse and the size they have on the Ohio County team, you know.
They're both listed at 6'5", and that is sometimes basketball players exaggerate their heights on the roster. They are not. They are clearly
definitely not. So I think it's going to be a big rebounding game from those two. I think it's going to be a tough task for whoever that is to be assigned to guard Elijah Decker. I think we're probably going to see a lot of zone out of Coach Jeff LaGrange. He hadn't been much of a zone-oriented coach or a zone-oriented team very much this year, but I think that could be a very viable option, especially early on, to kind of just get the feel of how Ohio County's going to attack this Breckinridge County defense. So I think it'll be interesting to say the least.
Yeah, and you can see, I don't know if you can see him on your screens, but Decker, he wears number 23 for Ohio County. He's out there taking some long-range shots. And we saw with the Lady Tigers against McLean County Monday night, the different lines on the court. I think a lot of those girls players, maybe they're not used to shooting NBA range threes, but they were doing it that night if the lines are getting to them. Now, Decker's out there making the NBA three look like a layup in the warm-up, it must be said, but he's out there just, it looks easy.
Absolutely, and for Decker, looking at the stats efficiency-wise, he's 54.5 from the field, 39 from three on 149 attempts. Very good efficiency for somebody averaging 20-plus points per game. So it's going to be a tough task for the Fighting Tigers to kind of just reel that in and make sure he's not the guy who's going to beat you. And you saw early in the previous game we watched, Butler versus Davis County, you could tell Davis County's attack was to not let Ty Price be the one to beat you. I think he probably ended the first half with double digits, but it was a quiet double digits.
Yes.
But then the second half, they kind of got away from them, and he ended up with 38 points. Yeah. And that's the case. If one guy has started, especially Ty Price, who's playmaking good as well, you're not going to win. You're probably not going to win that basketball game. So I'm sure LaGrange is going to have that same kind of mindset against Decker. Both great players in the region. So hopefully we can slow him down. And I think if we do and limit his scoring, especially early on, Fighting Tiger can have a good chance to win this one.
It could, and it's got to be. Can't get too excited if Decker is held in check early, like you just mentioned with Price, because something about a great player, and what was kind of one of the most bonkers things from that first game, I think it was the Davis County student section near the end of the game shouting overrated at Ty Price. I mean, well, the thing about it, great players are going to choose the moment, or they're going to take over the game when it's needed. You're not going to expect somebody to go out there and just make every shot all game. That's not realistic. But he did a good job in that game of when it was time to go, he went, and they won. And if Breckinridge County can shut down the danger man, Elijah Decker, they'll have a decent chance. But Ohio County's not a one-man team. They've got guys who did it without him in Tiger Arena earlier this season. But you got to think, Simon, we've seen from the Fighting Tigers. I remember back against Muhlenberg County, we were behind. We had a massive fourth quarter, something like 27 or 29-11 to just take that game and win it. So we can go on these runs late in games. It's just going to be a matter of keeping the game close enough that when it gets to the business end, to that late fourth quarter, there's a chance. You got to stay in range. Don't let it get away from us.
And that was kind of the case. We kept it close in the first half against Meade County, but the second half is kind of whenever we let it get away from us.
Yeah.
So I think first half, the goal, obviously you want to go into halftime with the lead. I think first half, just keep it within single digits, I'd say. Second half, I think it's when it's go time, because you can't let a team like Ohio County get up and start smelling the blood in the water and try to, go for it all and finish it early. So I think for the Fighting Tigers, they're going to play efficient basketball tonight, not turn the ball over very much at all, be efficient on both ends of the court, and, just play smart basketball and play within yourselves, I don't think the moment is too big for anybody on this team, but sometimes it might feel like that, mentally. Yeah. And I think that's the first step to win a game like this is you got to take away the basketball side first, mental side first, think about, just, you can win this game if you play your best basketball. That's what you got to do. Play your best basketball, and if you do that, you're going to give yourself a chance to win every time.
Yeah, and best basketball for the Fighting Tigers this season, or at least for me watching them, and we've watched several games together. Mercer Rogers is going to be somebody who you can count on to get buckets. But when we're the best, he's doing that, and he's finding his teammates who are knocking down the shots. When he has a lot of assists, that's when the team really starts grooving. That's when it starts clicking. And so tonight, got to be ready. We saw some Davis County players maybe not ready to take that shot when Moss, who was having just a I can't even describe, indescribably good game, he would kick it and they're not ready to shoot. This is not the time for that. And so if Rogers is able to penetrate and kick it in rhythm, knock the shots down. And we saw Lance Poole, he was all about that life against Meade County. The player who just stood up to be counted in that game, he's not going to be afraid of this moment. And so I don't know. I'm kind of excited to see what happens. And I think if we play within ourselves, we can keep it close. That's all we got to have is have it close when it's close at the end.
Yeah, and I think, multiple different players from this Breckinridge County. This is a team to where we can have kind of how Lance stepped up in the Meade County game.
Yep.
We have a lot of various kind of just guys who on any given night can kind of just have their moment and go for and just have some key contributions when it matters most, We've seen that multiple times from Devin Spalding. I've done those big threes. I think he could be a key factor in this one as well if he gets hot, I think another key guy, rebounding the ball, Hayden Brockman, bring him in off the bench. I think with the size of Morse and Decker, I think he's going to be a guy that should and I think probably will get some minutes from Coach LaGrange tonight. I think he, one of the tallest, if not the tallest players on the team. He specializes in the rebounding category and defensively as well, along with Braden Carmen. So I think he's going to be another potential key to this matchup. So I think we're going to have a lot of different guys that are going to have to contribute at a high level for us to win this one. I think it's possible. We've seen it in games. We've seen games where Hayden come off the bench and score, 6 straight points off of, offensive rebounds. I think it's going to be a matter of, who wants it more and who's going to be the most efficient team on the court tonight.
And you talk about the efficiency, the shooting. You mentioned Spalding. He is a 36% shooter for the season. Our best shooter by volume. But there's, as the Ohio County players are taken to the court, looked like just a little under 5 minutes to go. We won't have a national anthem. We had that before the first game. So we'll be here with you right to the lineups. Looking around, not as crowded in the gym as that first game was. Butler County looked like just a sea of blue, and then Davis County had the red on both sides. It was a good crowd for that game. We got a good crowd coming in tonight. A lot of Breckinridge County students down there. Probably have the best seats, one would say, but we don't have too bad of a view from up here.
And we got some Ohio County fans surrounding us, on both sides. Hopefully,
that's true.
Hopefully, we don't have any expletives on the Breck Live broadcast. Hopefully, everything stays cool. No problems with us here at Breck Live. We love all fan bases. We're a region-wide. We're very region-friendly here at Breck Live. We also appreciate everything the Sports Center has done for the region wide, all the contributions that the Sports Center has helped us region with. So
they did have some pretty good mozzarella sticks down there earlier.
Pretty solid chicken sandwich as well.
Put that away. The pet band for Breckinridge County playing the Cheer Cheer for BCHS fight song. You know the words, Simon? Yes, you do. Of course you do. We just can't. We don't want to sing
on the spot. It's on the spot.
Yeah. There was a few years ago we had a pep club shirt that had the words to that song on the back, which I thought was a neat idea. In like the pep section, for if you're behind somebody, you can still see the words to the song. That's a pretty neat shirt design. Whoever thought that up, maybe. Well, I don't want to start naming people, but good idea. Whoever you were.
Got just about 2:30 to go here to the start of this one. Any final predictions for tonight's game, Mr. Garrett?
Well, if Breckinridge County is going to win, it's going to be the kind of game where you don't want to leave your TV. It's not going to be a runaway victory. It's going to be tense. It's going to be scrappy. It's going to be I heard a Butler County fan in line at the concession stand talking about their game. He said he didn't have any fingernails left. Think about that matchup with Davis County. Now, he did follow that up with, if we can get by this team, it'll be easy sailing from here on. So he was confident about his team's prospects, and they won. But, I mean, tonight, You know, my fingernails, I've still got them. I don't know if they'll be around at the end, but I kind of hope so, because I think a lot of people from outside, not from within our school, of course, but a lot of people who maybe a neutral looking at this matchup, they're going to predict that Breckinridge County is going to get kind of easily beaten. But I don't think this team that we have has it in them to allow that to happen. I just don't. I may be wrong, but if I'm going to be wrong about that, I'm going to believe in the team before I say anything else.
Yeah, you know, just speaking with some players at school, you know, it's been kind of just like a confident kind of aura about, you know, a lot of the players that, you know, you kind of just interact with, you know, throughout the school day. And, you know.
Yeah, because we were at school today. We went to school today. This isn't our job. We just, it's kind of fun to remember that as we watch these games.
Yeah.
We're all just students, teachers, fans, community. It's a community.
Absolutely. And, you know, just like I was saying, you know, speaking to some people, you know, some, you know, members of the Fighting Tiger basketball team, they feel confident, you know, and I think they deserve to be. You know, they've had a pretty good season, you know. And I think this is a team that, you know, they're going to be true to themselves regardless of how this game ends. You know, They've had a spectacular season either way. And, you know, if people think you're going to lose this game, you know, so be it. You know, all that matters is the people that's in that locker room and the coaches.
Exactly.
And, you know, the fans. So I think Breckinridge County, it's one of those games where it's just like you just leave it out on the floor. Win, lose, or draw. Go out and give it your all, and you play your best basketball and you win this basketball game. Simple as that.
And good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome.
It's time now for the starting lineups for both teams.
We'll get the Fighting Tigers first, who would be the visitors in the building tonight.
For the starting lineups for tonight's game. First, runners up from the 11th district. Visitors on the scoreboard.
Starting lineups being announced first for the Fighting Tigers of Breckinridge County.
Starting at guard, number 1, Chase Hardesty.
Starting lineups first, number 1 for Breckinridge County, Chase Hardesty.
And at guard, number 10, Mercer Rogers.
Second guard, number 10, Mercer Rogers.
Yeah.
And forward, number 11, Jonah Miller.
Number 11, Jonah Miller, third starter for the Fighting Tigers.
And another forward, number 23, Lance Poole.
Lance Poole.
And at center, number 32, Braden Carmen.
And Braden Carmen, the final starter for the Fighting Tigers. And we know coached by Coach Jeff LaGrange.
And now the starting lineup for the home team on the scoreboard. 10th District Champion, Ohio County Eagles. Starting at guard, number 3, Carter Young.
For Ohio County, Carter Young, second leading scorer.
And another guard, number 15, Ryan Durham.
Durham, second starter.
At guard, number 23, Elijah Decker.
Elijah Decker, third starter, leading scorer for Ohio County.
At forward, number 24, Brady Ward.
Brady Ward.
And at forward, number 25, Bo Moore.
And Morse. Bo Morse, the final starter for Ohio County,
Paul Decker.
coached by Paul Decker.
I got to say, in the fashion battle, Coach LaGrange wins over Coach Decker. Got the shirt and tie.
Always very
Yeah.
well dressed as Coach LaGrange.
Hey, you look for any advantage in a situation like this.
It's like Decker gonna tip off with the junior Braden Carmen.
Here we go.
The tip brought in by Ohio County. Durham going to start off with it, guarded by Rogers. Durham past to Ward. Back to Durham. Back to Ward now. Decker posting up on Lance Poole.
And a
So
double
the double
team.
quickly. Cross-court pass. Durham catch and shoot three is no good.
Nothing but air on that one. Certainly a contrast to the last game where I think it was 4 minutes before either team missed.
Started off very, very hot.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's the case for Breckinridge County.
Yeah.
It's like a little 3-2 zone for Ohio County. Rogers back to Hardesty. Over to Lance Poole. Hardesty to Rogers. You're going to have Braden Carmen on that little deep corner there. Get Carmen in the middle now. Try to get it to Miller. Bad pass there. It's going to be a turnover.
And something else, I don't want to go on about the first game. I can't remember a turnover in that game. It was just very cleanly played. And they can't, to win versus the Eagles tonight, Breckinridge County cannot be doing that. Can't turn the ball over.
Ward left wide open now. Morse open now. Morse can go up strong on Carmen. No good.
Offensive charge.
It's a late, very late call there after the shot had already been put up, but hey, we'll take it.
Yeah. Nobody takes a charge better than 32 in black out there tonight. Braden Carmen. He's not afraid to step in front and take the hit.
Rogers now. Lance Poole pass in the middle to Miller. Miller's shot is blocked by Bo Morse.
Morse is patrolling down there. You could see him. He was waiting for that, wanting that to happen. And then you think maybe throw a pump fake or something because he's going to chase the block.
Poole now. Sizing up Durham. Hands it off to Rogers. Rogers jabs. Swings it over to Hardesty. Hardesty over to Rogers. Back to Hardesty. Offense very slow so far for the Fighting Tigers.
Just a lot of around that perimeter, around the outside of the three-point line.
Poole calling for it in the corner.
Nice
Rogers
find.
gets it to him. Poole in the corner for three. Good. Lance Poole starting off early. See if it can continue from that hot start he had, especially that second quarter against Meade County.
And that was what we said. Rogers created the shot with the drive.
Morris down low to Carmen.
It's another charge.
Offensive foul. Braden Carmen with 2 charges drawn early. This is going to get Bo Morris out of the game very, very quickly. Great defense from Braden Carmen. And coming in, we have Quisenberry and Tate Abney.
Yeah, it's a big, nobody takes a charge better than 32 in black out there. Braden Carmen not afraid to step in and take the hit.
Miller now over to Hardesty. Fighting Tigers up 3-0 after the 3 by Lance Poole. Dump off to Miller. Pass to Rogers. Over to Hardesty. Lance Poole.
One more.
3 to Miller. Miller's 3. Long. Rebounded by Durham.
Yeah, still very
That's
early.
to Decker. Decker taking Poole off the dribble. We're going to get Poole for a foul.
Yeah, and it might look on the camera like Decker's sort of stiff-arming Poole, but they're kind of both going at each other, and it's just unfortunate, but probably a good call in that one. Just hand check would be what we call that one.
Lance Poole kind of got his back to.
Yeah, watch out.
Almost a steal opportunity there for Rogers. Durham, little mid-range push shot, no good. Rebounded by Jonah Miller. Rogers passed to Hardesty in transition. Hardesty going up for the layup, no good. Miller rebounded. Little push shot up and in for Jonah Miller. 5-0 early. Fighting Tigers up.
Yeah, you can't win the game in the first quarter, but you sure can lose it. Breckinridge County doing a good job to settle down and start this one on the right
Decker
foot.
now will cross over and do good hezzy there from Elijah Decker. Corner pass to Durham. Durham's three's good.
Simon, you were talking about this with Price. It's not really the scoring that elevates his game, although it's great. It's his passing, creating a shot, and that
Absolutely.
was a great example of another great player with Decker doing that.
Rogers and Hardesty a little back and forth here. Poole now gets it back to Hardesty. Rogers catch and shoot 3. Deep ball. Good for
Rhythm.
Mercer Rogers. And I think they're finding the key to this zone here. Quick passes leads to open threes. And Rogers took advantage of it there. 8-3. Fighting Tigers. Durham penetrates in the corner to Quisenberry. Quisenberry 3. Good.
I think the game's woken up now, Simon. That slow start's starting to turn into back and forth action.
Under 4 to go here in the first quarter. 8-6 in favor of the Fighting Tigers. Hardesty pass to Rogers. Ohio County still in the zone here. Maybe switch the man.
Oh, back cut.
Cut by Poole. Couldn't bring it in. Decker going to push. 3-on-2 fast break. Decker in and out dribble. Takes 2 big steps there. We're going to get a foul.
Yeah. You may have some Fighting Tigers fans calling for a travel. He just got long legs.
Yeah.
That was he gathered it and then took the 2 or the 1.5 that you're allowed to take.
Tall in the game now for Hardesty. Decker gets the ball inbounds. Carter Young, his 3, no good. Durham rebounded, no good on the putback. Tate going to get a foul. Could go on Braden Carmen against Tate Abney there.
Foul is on Braden Carmen.
And I thought we'd see a little bit of Hayden Brockman early.
Yeah,
Here
there
he
he
comes
is.
in for Braden Carmen.
And rebounding so important in basketball. And I think on that possession, too many Fighting Tigers players just watching the ball and hoping somebody else would get it. Left Carmen alone on an island.
Quisenberry, you have Abney wide open down low. Couldn't get it to him. Poole. Tall, gambles on the steal. Decker. Not very good spacing there from Ohio County. 4 guys on one side of the court. Got Durham guarded closely by Poole. Durham going to drive.
Rejected by Brockman.
Blocked by Brockman. We're going to have
Yeah,
ball hit Durham out of bounds.
First one back in bounds that hit him.
Fighting Tiger ball. 3:03 to go here in the first.
I don't know if you saw that on your camera, but you had Braxton Tall checking Decker there, just doing a good job to deny him the ball.
I think Tall's one of our best defenders this year, especially on the perimeter.
He's having work cut out for him in the size matchup, but not in the heart matchup.
Miller now pass to Brockman. Brockman quick pass to Poole. Miller gets the ball down low. 1 dribble on Quisenberry. Drop step. Puts it up. Almost puts it in, but he is fouled.
That was on Alex Quisenberry, his first. And
For the Fighting Tigers, pretty solid start. Starting off 8-6. 2:42 to go in the first. Miller going to the line to shoot 2 to make it 10-6. Thought they've been
Really
very good,
short.
especially defensively.
Yeah, and really it's the Lance Poole 3, the Mercer Rogers 3, those quick passes, open threes. That's why we've got our 8. It's really those 2 shots.
Miller, second free throw, good.
Plus 3 points of Jonah Miller with the basket and then a free throw. But if we can create the shots and knock them down, that's a recipe.
Hardesty back in the game now for Miller. Abney open.
Almost a double team on Decker in the post there to deny
Hayden
it.
kind of being mindful of where Decker was at there. Durham.
Stealing
Mercer with a
that
steal on the pass to Young. Mercer keeps a hold of his dribble, gets it to Lance Poole. Poole layup up and good. Lance Poole, 5 early points. 11-6 Fighting Tigers.
Very few players in the region can get the steal, keep the loose ball, and then have the presence of mind to find the player out like Rogers there.
Durham free throw line, jump shot rims out. Brockman with a strong rebound.
Poole's ahead of the ball.
Braxton Tall going to get it to him. Lance Poole pump fake, go up strong with the layup, no good. Young with the rebound. Carter Young now running the break. Driving strong on Hardesty. Abney up strong, no good. Tall with the rebound.
Big rebound there.
Tall to Rogers. Rogers going to slow it down. Rogers.
Good
Nice pass to Brockman. We're going to get a travel on Hayden Brockman.
Yeah. It's a good pass from Rogers. And we talked about the needing to convert if he gets that good look. It's kind of a tough break for Brockman there.
Todd Galloway there in for Brockman. Miller in for Poole. And Braxton Tall, I think, talking to him and Decker, a little conversation there. Didn't look very hostile, a little friendly talk there, walking up the court.
Yeah. I don't know, stay focused.
Yeah. Quisenberry now guarded by Galloway. Quisenberry, the pass to Abney. Abney over to Durham. Decker and Tall fighting down low for positioning.
Yeah, that's a fun one to watch. Off the ball. Now it's on the ball.
Decker. Mercer Rogers cheating over now, ready to help. And he does, blitzes them. Abney passing the corner to Quisenberry, already made one. Second one no good. Carter Young with the tip in almost. But Rogers come down with the rebound. Under a minute to go here in the first.
Oh.
Rogers, transition three. No good. Carter Young with the rebound.
I don't mind that shot from Rogers.
Definitely, I don't mind it either. Durham now, guarded by Galloway. Braxton Tall deflects out of bounds, but some very aggressive defense early on.
Yeah,
Braxton Tall.
last offensive possession, the Eagles did everything but knock that shot down. Great ball movement. Quisenberry, who already, as you said, had a three, couldn't get it to go in the corner.
Carter Young trying to go baseline. Tough pass to Abney. Abney over to Quisenberry. Over to Durham. Durham guarded by Galloway. Decker with the screen. Step back from Durham. Three, no good. It's going to be out of bounds. Fighting Tiger basketball, 11-6.
Yeah.
About as good as a quarter defensively as you could have asked for. 0 so far from Elijah Decker.
For sure. And now it's a chance to hold the ball, get a good
shot.
look. Yeah. And
Bringing in Devin Spalding.
he comes in warm.
Devin Spalding.
And we're going to have in
Returning for the Eagles, Brady Ward.
we have Ward coming now for Quisenberry for Ohio County.
Just around 20 seconds. Whew. Feels like the quarter was equal parts fast and slow, but it's almost over here.
About 13 seconds to go here in the first. Tigers getting their play lined up. They got to go now.
Watch Spalding. He might drift out.
And
There
he is. Spalding in the corner. Past the pool in the middle, blocked by Decker. And Tigers come up empty. Last possession there, but a solid first quarter from the Fighting Tigers, 11-6. We'll come back for the second quarter of action. And we're back for the second quarter of action. Fighting Tigers with a solid first quarter, up 11-6 on Ohio County. Decker, 0 shot attempts in the first half.
The scary
First quarter,
thing,
excuse me.
scary thing is he will not remain that way. Great players are going to find a way to get into the game. So got to take every advantage.
As Miller's off. We're going to get a jump ball.
An arrow to the Eagles.
Okay.
Morse back in the game now with his 2 fouls.
Right.
Braden Carmen drew 2 very quick charges on Morse to begin the first.
And Morse was somebody in the first game that we saw at Tiger Arena. He was just a force.
Very dominant. Ward now. Tigers pretty much view Ward as a non-factor this game so far, just daring him to shoot the 3. Decker jab step on Poole. Decker pulled up for the 3. Decker's 3. Said he wouldn't stay for 0 points very long, and first Ohio County possession knocks on the 3 of his own. 11-9.
He's got the length to rise over the contest right there if it's that far off. And he's showing why.
Hardesty, no look in the corner to Lance Poole. Lance Poole catch and shoot 3. Rims out. Morse with the rebound. We're going to get a quick foul on Braden Carmen.
It's going to be 2.
And Brockman quickly enters the game for Carmen.
And that's going to be a pretty heavy blow if Carmen's on the bench the rest of this quarter. Of course, we saw Davis County's Jonathan Moss played with 4 fouls for like the final 13 minutes of that game. So this is
didn't pick up a 5th, but also he at the guard position, the length of this team with Decker and Morse, Carmen probably would have got a 3rd foul in this quarter. Double team coming on Decker. Durham. It's it now. Rogers back on him. Ward dared to shoot.
We can
and that's
see
why.
Yeah.
So way off from Brady Ward. Rogers now gets to Hardesty. Hardesty on the drive. Hardesty
Oh, a lot
goes
of
from the
contact.
chest of Morris. No call. I think he did go vertical, but there was a lot of body there. Decker might have been a travel there. Kicked to Ward over to Durham. One more to Young in the corner. Young's corner three. Rims out. Rogers with the rebound.
Poole's got a chance to drive all the way.
Poole's layup. No good. Brockman tips the rebound. Brockman second chance opportunity. No good. Tigers missing some easy ones right now.
Right. Layup and a putback. Those are the ones that have to go
Durham
in.
to Ward. Ward spin move. Get another charge. Hayden Brockman draws the foul.
I think that's the sign of a team that's in the right headspace. The Fighting Tigers taking charges consistently, because it's a punishing skill, and it is a skill.
We're going to get a timeout, and Coach Decker talking to the referee now, wanting an explanation. The referee not too happy with what Decker's trying to say. Referee going to now hear Coach Decker out with his complaints there.
Yeah, and it's as a coach here, obviously you're not going to get the call back, but it's just about putting it in for the next time. Will we see that called maybe a blocking foul if it happens again? That's just putting it in the official's mind.
Yeah. It is 3 times that kind of similar things happen there with the charge.
Right.
And I get it, from a coach, from Decker's perspective, I can understand it because a charge is a call you kind of got to sell. Somebody's back and full strength into you probably won't fall down unless you aim to fall down, but it's one of those calls that if you want to draw it, you got to kind of do something to get the referee's attention. So,
right.
I'm not saying it wasn't a charge. It's kind of one of those things where you got to just. $11-9 now.
It's reminiscent of the first quarter. A lot of perimeter passing.
Watch Tall in the corner. Tall corner three is off.
It's not a bad look, but it's got to be there.
Morris wide open. Quisenberry on the drive. In the corner, Ryan Durham, corner three. Good. Second three for Ryan Durham. All threes scored so far. 4 threes.
It's the first lead tonight for the Eagles.
12-11 in favor of the Eagles of Ohio County. Offense kind of lulled. No points this quarter so far for the Fighting Tigers. 6-0 run. Mercer thought about the three. Step back to Hardesty. Hardesty now to Poole. Poole back to Hardesty. Hardesty to Rogers. In the middle to Brockman. Double team comes. Left Rogers open. And shouldn't have done that.
Not at all.
Mercer Rogers with the three.
Got to get the scouting report out for that.
Can't gamble on number 10. Second three of the night for him. Morris now. Double team comes. Left Durham open for the three. Durham, no good. Rogers with the rebound. Rogers looking to push now. Over to Hardesty. Hardesty on the drive. Hardesty floater. Left it short. Not a bad look. Yeah. Morris with the rebound to Durham to Quisenberry. Quisenberry to Young. Back to Quisenberry in the corner. Quisenberry three. Good. Second three for Alex Quisenberry.
Still all 3 pointers for the Eagles.
15 points, all threes for the Ohio County Eagles so far. And the lead goes back to them, 15-14 with just over 4 to go here as Mercer Rogers didn't see that pass coming.
I think he took that one off the head.
Lance Poole to Rogers in the middle. Some aggressiveness there and turns it over. And this little frustration foul there. Mercer Rogers says, hey, I was probably fouled too.
Yeah. Something that the Fighting Tigers have done, and it can't continue. The missed, I don't want to say easy shots because it's a big game, but an uncontested layup at the basket, an uncontested putback, a floater that's uncontested. Those shots have to go if the Fighting Tigers are going to win this game.
Quisenberry to Abney. Morse
has good position. They're just not giving him the ball.
They get it to him now. Double comes. Nice little give and go there to Abney. Abney, the layup. Tall now to Rogers. Tigers down 3. Rogers to Tall. Tall now the pass to Rogers. Mercer going to drive now. Mid-range pull-up jump shot from Rogers is good. 8 points from Rogers. Going to be a quick timeout. Coach LaGrange will keep it here.
A 30-second timeout.
I think it's I don't want to say it's a luxury, but I think every basketball team is going to want to have a guy that you can look at and say, "It's our guy."
Yeah.
And Decker for the Eagles, and it's Rogers for the Fighting Tigers, who's going to make things happen. And so far, Rogers is doing what we would expect from the top scorer of the team in the biggest game of the year so far.
And, you know, this level of high school basketball is, a lot of the times you're going to go as far as your guy takes you. You know, you look at Butler County, you look at, you know, various Fighting Tiger teams in the past who've gone far in these kind of, you know, region tournament types with Kobe Poole and Kavion Mitchell and those kind of marquee players. Works that way for the girls as well. So, you know, whenever you have a guy like Rogers, whenever there's lulls in the offense, kind of like we were having there, you're going to have to lean on him. It's Tall with the steal. Loses the ball. Gets it to Miller. Miller to Brockman. Brockman to Poole. Poole
One more.
to
There
Rogers.
it is.
Rogers for three. Bang. Mercer Rogers. Right on cue. We're talking about the marquee players. Rogers with 11 now.
And great patience there from Miller,
Great ball
Brockman,
movement.
Poole. That extra pass to the open Rogers in rhythm.
Abney now.
Tall.
Another steal for Tall.
Oh.
And lost it off his knee. But great defense from Braxton Tall.
Yeah, we don't mind that. Coach LaGrange is down there applauding that. That's arguably the one of the premier defenders in the region.
This lineup's getting the job done on both ends of the floor right now. Morris now. Good move from Bo Morris. Took the contact. First points of the night for Bo Morris. Tied at 19. About 2:10 to go here in the second quarter. Tall now passing the middle to Miller. Miller had the right idea to get to Brockman there. Poole with the save. Abney with the steal. Pass ahead to Decker. Decker spin move. Double team comes. Tough fadeaway from Decker. And I don't think it's a great call there. Kind of a tough shot.
No, they're going to get Rogers, and that's
Big, costly foul there. It's two.
yeah. Now the thing about that shot or the foul, they're giving the foul well after the shot had been taken, like maybe on the landing, but the shot was so off. Like that's almost like it's an unfortunate
free throw. No good. That's a tough. I think it's a tough call. You know, against Mercer there. Wasn't the best shot from Decker on two people fading away to the opposite, you know, shoulder. Kind of a bailout call, in my opinion, there. Decker, 4 on the night for him if he knocks on the free throw.
This will be interesting to see what the offense does with Rogers on the bench.
Hardesty now to Tall.
Just looks like kind of waiting around.
Let me an unpopular opinion, Mr. Gabriel. I think right here for the Fighting Tigers, holding the ball for the last shot wouldn't be the worst option. Me personally.
Yeah, I don't. Oh,
Poole said otherwise. Took the three. Brockman, strong rebound. Strong block from Bo Morse there.
He's a shot blocker. That last shot suggestion, Simon, if Fighting Tigers do that, worst case scenario, they go in down 1 at halftime.
Absolutely.
There'd be no shame in that.
Definitely not. With Rogers on the bench especially. Miller pull up, jump shot from the mid-range is off.
I think they're giving a foul on the offensive end on, I think, Brockman here. Never mind. I think they got it on Young. I'm sorry. I thought they motioned the other way, but it's going to stay here. Apologies.
Pass coming into Miller. Double comes. Pass over to Tall. Tall step in for the three. Three is way off from Braxton Tall. Kind of a rush shot there. He was open but didn't need to take that one. Quisenberry out of bounds. I think now, hope for the last shot in my opinion. Now it's definite. You've had two possession they ended in a block from Morse out of bounds, and then a pretty bad air ball from Toll. I think you hope for the last shot here. Maybe bring in Rogers. I think you bring in Rogers now. They brought in Spalding.
So we'll see what happens.
Hardesty now on the drive. Spalding now. Entry pass to Brockman. Good pass from Brockman to Miller. Miller's three. Good.
That was an excellent pass. Almost an ill-advised pass, but nothing ill-advised when it gets the assist.
22-20. Fighting Tigers back up 2. Quisenberry. Over to Decker.
Yeah, you knew it was going to go through Decker here.
Brings it to Morris. They probably hold him for the last shot here.
Yeah, it'll get back with Decker.
Quisenberry, corner 3. No good. Poole rebounds it. Fighting Tigers.
Well, Decker, that looked like a DB rising up to snag that one. That was kind of Lance Poole-esque from the Fighting Tigers football season. Just too bad for him, he came down with it out of bounds. And here's Rogers coming back in, Simon, just like you predicted. You've seen a game or two.
Hardesty now. Tigers had a lot of shooting on the floor now. All shooting here. Rogers going to get it here.
Just 5 seconds to go.
Mercer. Mercer probably needed to take the mid-range shot there. But hey, Fighting Tigers, a very solid half of basketball, up 22-20. First half over, second half to come. This is Breck Live. And we are back for some second half coverage between this quarterfinal matchup between Breckinridge County Fighting Tigers and the Eagles of Ohio County. Mr. Garrett, a pretty solid half from the Fighting Tigers so far.
I know. I think if you could have, I say this a lot, maybe on somebody's bingo card somewhere, if you could have offered Coach LaGrange a 2-point halftime lead before the game, I think you would have ripped your hand off, shaking for that. Because it's been a solid start, not a perfect start. Both teams have turned it over far too much to be able to compete with the likes of Butler County so far from what we've seen. They need to tighten it up. Whichever team here advances, Butler County was very efficient with the ball, and that's going to be a tough one waiting. As for who's going to be making that return trip down here on Saturday, there are, I believe my math is good, 16 minutes of action left to tell us. And that's not a lot.
No, it is not. And, I think defensively, that's about as good as a half you could have imagined if you're Coach Jeff LaGrange. You hold Elijah Decker to 4 points. You hold a 15.5 point per game scorer and Carter Young to 0 points, And Rogers is the leading scorer in this game for both teams. I think that's, if you told Coach LaGrange that, he'd probably jump for joy. I think at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to is, I think Mercer's outplayed Decker, and I think, we've held Carter Young scoreless. Defensively, we've been spectacular. I think offensively we could be better, but I think they've done a good job defensively as well. I've got to give them their credit there. It's only a 2-point game. It's a game of runs. We saw, not to bring up any bad memories in a pretty solid time in this game here, but, the Meade County game was a tie game going into the half, and you saw what happened in that game and how it ended, unfortunately, for the Fighting Tigers, of course. So, this is a game that a 2-point lead should feel like a tie game. Feel like you're down. You got to play with urgency still. This is not a game where you can get lax because you're up 2,
Right.
You got to play with urgency. You got to play, within yourself, and the Fighting Tigers can, keep on the defensive intensity. I think will be the big key here, but offensively you got to make shots as well. So, solid first half. Hopefully even better second half for the Fighting Tigers.
Yeah, if the third quarter is like the Meade County championship game, that's not going to be good. But
hopefully that's not the case.
Meade County sitting at home right now, not going to be making the trip back over here.
Yeah.
And Fighting Tigers have a chance still in the contest here to be doing that this weekend.
And, I think you got to have the mindset, why not us? Nobody thought this game was going to be close outside of, the Fighting Tiger faithful and the fans, Why not us? And, why not the Fighting Tigers go ahead and get this W?
We're starting it back with possession.
Hardesty now. Screen from Miller. Hardesty. Try to get it to Rogers there over in the corner. Hardesty now on Durham. Back to Rogers. Rogers jump past to Hardesty. Pass back to Rogers now.
It's interesting that Decker over there trying to maybe contest a longer range shot from Rogers. Get his hands up.
Rogers knocking down some good threes there. I can see why Decker's doing that. Hardesty pass back to Rogers.
Just
Not
waiting.
much movement in the Fighting Tiger offense here.
Nice pass.
Pass from Rogers to Hardesty. Hardesty to
Gonna get the
Rogers.
look.
Rogers, 3, open. Good. Mr. Rogers.
Picking up where he left off in the first half. He's got a game high, 14.
Durham now to Morris down low. Morris goes baseline. Morris reverse layup. Morris puts it in.
Yeah, that's the move of somebody who practices that a lot. That is not easy to do. The spin, other side, up and under.
It's also the move of somebody who's also gotten 2 charges called against them trying to go back to the basket. Fighting Tigers still up 3, 25-22, 6:35 to go here in the third. I will say Mercer Rogers has been spectacular so far in this one.
Yeah, everything you could ask.
Knocked down 3 threes so far.
Got some assists, big rebounds.
And a bad pass from Braden Carmen. Decker going to go up on Carmen. Decker Layup is good.
Yeah, that's just size. Oh, look, Hardesty not ready, but Rogers cleans it up quickly.
Rogers. Hesitation on Morse past the Miller. Off the foot of Miller. Going to be out of bounds.
Yeah, after Hardesty didn't quite react to that inbounds pass, Rogers there to salvage it, and then Miller unable to get it secure after Rogers made a good pass.
And I say this all year, unforced errors is how you lose a basketball game. And Durham wide open for three, no good. Carmen with the rebound. Pass to Hardesty. I was saying unforced errors will lose you a game, especially a big game. That can't happen here for the Fighting Tigers. Miller, turn around, jump shot. Is no good. Decker with the rebound. Carter Young had Morse wide open.
Yeah, good deflection from Hardesty. Probably prevented that getting in there. Miller right there, gets into the paint, almost loses it. You see this a lot. A player might almost lose the ball, and then they're just going to force up the shot.
Yeah.
When maybe, if you're kind of off rhythm, pass it out.
Ward, pass to Decker. Decker, jump shot, no good. Rebound from Carmen. Lance going to push.
Got to attack that.
Going to get a jump ball. And I will say, on the break, mano there, one-on-one. Great player there from Brady Ward to get that jump ball.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Poole maybe just attack him instead of slowing down. Let's go straight into him. But Ward does do a good job to secure that jump ball.
Durham to Young. Carter Young scoreless before that one. Get knocked on the three. And Coach LaGrange with a full timeout. And Coach LaGrange, not a very happy guy right now.
Yeah, he's not really unhappy with his team. It's the jump ball call with Lance Poole. That he was not happy about that. Now
you can hear him scream, "Wake up!" and feel bad to be a clipboard in the Fighting Tigers huddle right now.
Not a good year for a clipboard.
The shirts list all the participating teams on the back. Prices are $10 for sizes small to extra large.
And still, we were talking about the narrative of the game is going to be to just be within touching distance at the end. Obviously, this is not losing too much ground. 2-point game. There have been a few calls not go the way, but the unforced errors, Simon, you talked about that. You hear that a lot in tennis. It's a player just serves it straight into the net. That's preventable. I mean, it's preventable.
Absolutely. In the key to a game like this is you got to give yourself a chance to win. I think, this is a team that I don't think Breckinridge County, nobody would say they've been outmatched in this game, I don't think at all. They've, stood toe-to-toe with this Ohio County team. But I think when you turn the ball over, you miss open layups, you miss open floaters, you just do these different things.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to lose you a game if you do not, fix those errors. Going to be a foul on Ward there.
Yeah.
Giving Rogers a little push to the ground.
And that foul, those mistakes, they can be covered by transcendent play from just a great performance. And, Rogers right there getting run over, that's doing dirty work. That's
Absolutely.
drawing a foul.
Hardesty now.
Hey, again, I think we're going to – yep, he takes another as Decker comes through. Rogers steps in to set that screen. That has to be like getting run over by a horse. But he just back-to-back plays. He is not leaving anything on this court.
I know how competitive. Another foul.
Yep, as
It's going
Morris.
to be the third on Bo Morris.
Yeah, he's through Carmen.
Yeah, Braden Carmen. They said Ward there.
Oh, they went on Ward instead of Morris. It's still 3.
Still 3 either way.
Now
I would have rather it been on Morris than Ward, but
we're in amongst the Ohio County fans, and hopefully it's not picking up what we're hearing.
hopefully not. Rogers coming around the screen, mid-range J.
Hey, when it's your
Shooter's
night.
roll.
Yeah. I think that's that. Obviously, some people talk about the basketball gods. They're going to reward a performance.
Also,
Probably
3
not.
fouls. 3, away from the ball fouls. They reward that with a little shooter's roll there for Rogers. Decker, pass to Durham. Durham 3. Rattles out. Tip from Morse, no good. Miller comes down with the rebound. Miller. Carmen down.
Blow to the
Another
head.
He's back up now.
He's looking. Yeah,
and some blood from Braden Carman. The blood comes from the mouth of Braden Carman.
Yeah, that was in that scramble for the rebound. Morris was in there.
His third and the team's first.
Carmen's in there, all action. And you saw him on the ground. He is not going to be somebody who stays on the ground unless something has really hit him. And when he's grabbing his head, I think the officials have an obligation to stop the game if there's a head injury.
Young, first free throw up. First free throw good. Young, that's on a pair. Eagles back up 2. Hopefully Braden Carman's okay getting some work done by the athletic trainer.
Yeah, he is bleeding in the mouth. We'll keep you posted.
Hardesty, nice little layup there. First points of the night.
You see, this is a huge size mismatch, Miller and Morse.
And Durham's layup too easy. Not much resistance there from Hayden Brockman.
Yeah, and if somebody's beat like that baseline, somebody's got to step over. I know you might not want to leave your man, but giving up the open layup is not the best strategy.
Rogers, you got Poole open in the corner. Got Poole wide open in the corner. Hardesty. Poole still open in the corner. Poole looking to kind of cheat over the paint there. Get it to Miller. Miller wide open mid-range J. Decker now going to push. Decker, and they're going to get a blocking foul there. Tall going to come in the game for Miller.
And Galloway's going to check back in too.
Also in for the Tigers, Todd Galloway.
Kind of going a little size here. Still 2 points, the differential.
Young now gets to Durham. Durham corner 3. Good. Third 3 of the night for Ryan Durham. He's up to 11, leading Ohio County in scoring so far tonight. Biggest lead of the night for Ohio County. Lead up to 5 now, 34-29. Pass the Poole. Poole cross court to Tull.
Got Rogers, if he wanted him, didn't take him.
Tall back to Poole, cross court. Poole catch and shoot 3. Lance Poole, no good. Galloway with the tip. Brockman comes down with it. Brockman, a lot of contact there, no call. Durham pushing up the court now. Durham now pass to Carter Young, wide open in the corner. Carter Young's 3, way off. Lance Poole looking to push. Loses the ball there, comes back up with it.
That has to be a foul on Decker.
Gonna get a foul on Elijah Decker there.
Because he sets up for the charge and then he just kind of backs away. Yeah. He's not happy with it, but you can't do both. You can't step in and then back out.
Kind of went for the charge there, then at the last second try to contest the shot.
It's a late whistle, but certainly one that was warranted.
Lance Poole, first free throw up. First free throw, good. It looks like Carmen's good. He'll check in soon. Poole, second free throw, no good.
Ward
still Darren Ward to shoot. Morris now, back to Ward. Ward, Carter Young just made 1 3, short on that one. Tall with the rebound, gets it to Rogers. Rogers up ahead to Galloway. Galloway.
Nice pass.
Pass to Poole.
Oh.
Almost gets it to go for the and-1, but Poole.
Now that was that pass from Galloway. When he went to throw it, I thought he might have waited too long, but he put enough behind it to get it in.
Poole, free throw, no good.
In for the Tigers, Braden Carman, and in for the Eagles, Alex Quisenberry.
I think Rogers maybe thought like he was coming in, but gets called back over.
Lance Poole with the steal now. Poole tough.
What a layup
from Lance Poole.
I think it's that was harder than the free throws,
Definitely.
but same energy. 2 points made.
Durham now going to drive past the Young. Young cross-court to Quisenberry. Quisenberry already made 2 threes. Pass to Morse. Morse tried the baseline move. Is cut off. Back to Quisenberry. Quisenberry 3 short. Rebounded by Brockman. Brockman looking for some help. Gets to Braxton Tall. Don't expect Rogers to be out for long.
No, he does have 3 fouls, but, that's a tough spot to catch it.
Poole
Good
to Brockman,
pass.
wide open. Carmen comes down with it to Brockman. Tough pass from Brockman there. Tall comes down with it. Tall's tough layup, no good. Young with the rebound.
That's foul on
Get a
Carmen.
foul on Carmen. And Rogers going to come back in.
Foul on Brady Carmen, his 3rd and the team's 3rd. In for Breckinridge County, Chase Hardesty.
I think we got a timeout here.
Rogers and Jonah Miller.
30
Get
seconds
a
to Ohio
30-second timeout. We'll keep it here.
Oh, Simon, this is something that we've seen maybe a few instances tonight where there has been a great pass and a Fighting Tiger player just not ready to receive and finish. You think about fine margins. Games like this, when we talked about people from the outside looking at this or marking this down as an easy Ohio County win. Those moments have to be there for Breckinridge County. When you get the good look, when you make that pass, got to start finishing them, because this game is turning out differently than maybe anybody outside of folks wearing maroon may have thought it would have.
And, this is a team, knowing a lot of these players, this is a game that I feel like a lot of them took personally with the kind of noise, outside noise that people would hear, And I think this is a game that if you want to detract those naysayers, you can't let those unforced errors get the best of you. Durham now past to Young. Young in the corner to Quisenberry. Quisenberry to Durham. Durham to Morse. Morse to Decker. Decker over to Durham. Durham to Morse. Morse pump fake driving on Galloway. Tough layup from Bo Morris. Jeff LaGrange unhappy there.
And Morse started that drive from the left wing, got all the way to the rim.
Pass to Tall. Back to Rogers. Rogers 3. No good. Quisenberry with the board. Ohio kind of up the hole for the last shot here.
Yeah, they just got 30 seconds. They got a 4-point lead. Largest lead may have been 5 for the Eagles tonight.
Under 20 to go here in the third quarter. Durham on the drive to Morse in the corner. Morse hand off to Durham. Durham floater rattles out. Tigers got to push.
Plenty of time, 5 seconds.
Miller now. Miller going to drive. Miller, tough shot. No good. Fighting Tigers down 4, 36-32. We'll be back shortly after a quick break. And here for the final quarter.
Yeah, somebody's season's over in 8 minutes.
Nice first round matchup, 36-32. The Fighting Tigers down 4. Rogers now, the drive. Tall now, pull up mid-range J, tough
Blocked.
shot.
Yeah, partially blocked.
Hadn't been Tall's night shooting the ball so far. Kennedy.
Wow,
Young.
That is a confident shot. That kind of looked like it happened in slow motion.
It really did. Kind of a very slow pump fake there. Just get a little slow jump pass, and then largely the night now, 7-point lead. Fighting Tigers. Can't start to let this one get away from them. Hardesty now. Trying to drive on Durham. Gets his pocket picked by Morris. Rogers now stripped by Decker. Elijah Decker now with the layup. 8 from Decker now. Miller, another. Not the greatest shot attempt. Decker
can't
now
challenge Morse.
to Young. Young gonna get a blocking foul. And Coach LaGrange very unhappy with that call.
Well, the game right here, Simon, it's got that slipping away
This is where
feeling.
you let the game get away from you for the Fighting Tigers. That's going to be 4 on Mercer Rogers, and he's been the guy for the Fighting Tigers tonight. He didn't like the call either.
No, and we've seen how many Fighting Tigers players have tried to go right at Morse to see their shot just
I think
absolutely
that's 4
stuffed.
blocks for Morse tonight.
And these are not like barely getting a finger on it. These are like full hands.
He's palming
Yeah.
the basketball when he blocks that one.
You have to not do that. I mean, you keep
Young
doing the same thing.
knocks on a pair. First double-digit lead of the night. Rogers stays in the game. Spalding enters. Spalding hadn't had much PT tonight.
Yeah, and
Coach LaGrange hoping his shooting can spark a Fighting Tiger comeback here late.
it's a final throw of the dice. Rogers out there with 4 fouls. You got to think if he goes.
If he goes, I think maybe we go, but
Yeah.
Rogers over to Hardesty. Hardesty going to get a foul.
It's just the first on the Eagles this quarter.
Ryan Durham, his first, and the team's first.
And the first on Durham. So he's on that perimeter defending. He can afford to be aggressive.
Rogers trying to get the ball in now and gets it to Hardesty.
Might have.
Over the shoulder catch there. Going to get a charge. Offensive foul, excuse me, I'm not sure who.
Yeah.
Poole.
Allen Lance Poole, his
Second on Poole.
A lot of off the ball for both teams tonight.
Yeah, fouls.
A lot of off the ball whistles. Didn't really see that in the first game.
No.
And of course, there's a different crew out there for this one. Hardesty,
Hardesty.
that actually went off of Durham. So a momentary reprieve to the damage that's been done so far this quarter, but it is 7-0 Ohio County in the fourth, and now we're under 7 minutes. And you just don't see an offensive explosion coming from the Fighting Tigers, so got to start scoring.
Rogers to Spalding. Spalding three, good. Devin Spalding. We know why LaGrange has him on there. That's why.
It's ahead to
Deep
Ward.
pass to Ward. Over to Young, back to Ward, to Morris, who's wide open. And that's 5 on Rogers.
For what looked like
Very minimal contact there.
it's not a foul to stand beside somebody when they make a layup. It's not a foul to be beside somebody, especially with very little or no contact. But he's not going to come back in, and it's got to be said, he had a fantastic game. He hasn't done anything wrong, and that's hard to take, that last one, because you think as an official, you're going to know a player's got 4. I'm not saying he was being targeted with that, but that is so soft.
You know, I agree, and I think it's one of those calls where I think it's the whistle. Referees kind of let the whistle got the best of him there. I don't know. Tough position to be in now. For the Fighting Tigers, your best player out of the game. You're down 10. Less than 6 minutes to go here. Hardesty's trapped. Going to get a LaGrange timeout.
Yeah, it's not, we said earlier if he goes, it's going to be tough, and that's not going to change. One player, is not going to, the rest of the guys are on a team for a reason. And, if I'm somebody who maybe isn't a top scorer and suddenly I've got to get into the game because the guy that we look to just got fouled out on a fifth foul call. This is where somebody's going to have to stand up and say, okay, I got it. And you have to. This is not wait for somebody else to do it.
You know, we got 10-point deficit for the Fighting Tigers here, 5:42.
Of course, I'm kind of partial. I'd like to see about 5 Spalding threes. That would be a lot of fun.
Spalding jump past to Miller. Miller on the drive. Pass on to Brockman. Brockman's layup good.
Still within 8. It's a great trap right there.
Ward.
Timeout, Ohio County.
Timeout, Eagle. A full timeout.
Full timeout from Coach Decker.
You know, both teams still have 2 timeouts after this. Ooh.
And about 5:16 left here in this one. 45-37.
Yeah, we think about the second half. Halftime score was 22-20. Fighting Tigers. Since that moment, Ohio County on a 25-15 tear. Most of it during one quick little patch earlier in this quarter where they really bumped the lead to got up to double figures. Not that the whole game hinges on Rogers fouling out, but just think about the game he'd had to that point, creating everything. It's like we said a little bit ago, it just gives another opening. Somebody gonna see what they can do. Got to get some stops, though.
Definitely. Nice pass to Morris to Ward.
And you can't fault Breckinridge County for wanting to cover Decker and Morris, but Ward was off from outside, but he got that one to go.
Hardesty, a tough shot.
Now
They get a foul.
That's got to be Durham. It's going to be Durham. Because if they go on Morris, that was a block. Yeah. But again, right there, going right at Morris, that's unfortunate that the
Very
call
ill-advised
was,
there.
Yeah. You kind of just want to scream out, stop that. It will not work. Got to have a little savvy. Both of them go. A steal by
Lance
Poole.
Poole with the steal. Lance Poole layup, good. Fighting Tigers back within 6. Got to get back on defense though. Brockman goes straight up on Young. Tigers get a layup. They don't get back on defense. Give up a layup from Young there. 4:30 to go here in this one. Tigers down 8.
There goes Spalding. He'll be open in the corner. It's going the other way. They got Poole again.
Third for Poole. I didn't even see that. I didn't see that one happen there. He's off the ball fouls.
I don't want to say too much, but yeah.
Decker over to Ward to Young. Lost the ball on the way up there. Hardesty now. Look at Poole in the corner. Miller now.
Got a pass here.
Swings it to Carmen. Carmen over to Miller. Miller. Tough shot there.
Bailed out by the
Another
whistle.
bail out by the whistle there.
Elijah Decker, his third, and the team's third.
Well, being at the line, got to knock them down. Kind of fortunate it was Decker and not Morse.
Yeah. Miller, first free throw, no good.
Still not out of reach for the Fighting Tigers.
Second free throw by Miller, misses a pair. Poole with the rebound, gonna get a foul against Bo Morris.
He's just, he may have come a little bit over the top to get that one. Both teams in the penalty, Simon, from here to the end on any foul. It's 2 free throws.
Poole, 2 big ones here. Poole makes the first.
In for Breckinridge County, Braxton Tall.
Tall in the game now for Miller.
Chance to cut it down to 2 possessions.
Poole rattles in a pair. 12 on the night for him. 6-point game. Ward now. Pass to Decker. Decker to Morse. Morse fouled by Poole. It's going to be 4, I believe, on Lance Poole. And your top 2 scorers for this one, Rogers 16, Poole with 12.
Right.
Foul game.
And you hate to see the fouls rack up, but for Poole there, if he doesn't make that foul, Morse gets the uncontested
Miller in now
layup.
for Tall. Poole stay in the game now. I think at this point, under 4 to go, you kind of have to, especially with Mercer Rogers on the bench. Morse now. That's 10 for Bo Morse. Poole in the corner.
Got Miller.
Cross court pass to Miller.
Got to have
Going to
it.
Miller. Big 3. No good. Ward.
Spalding trying to
The
foul
rebound.
Ward. No call. 2 hands pushing the back. Oh! I think they're going to get Carmen for a foul, but
Yeah, I think it definitely was a foul, but
sorry to your ears watching it at home.
Carmen, his 4th personal foul.
And you got Decker and Carmen little afters, little words.
At the line to shoot 2.
What I think that Breckinridge County unhappy when Ward had the ball. Devin 2 hands pushing him when he's dribbling up the floor, because that would have put Ward on the line, but no call. But that was just a monster foul. But,
Yeah.
but got a lot of the ball too.
I think with Carmen there, he kind of got up too high to where he blocked the shot, but he still kind of landed down on Durham there as Durham makes the first.
334 Breckinridge County, Hayden Brockman.
Brockman in for Carmen now. Durham, second free throw. Good. Hardesty drive. Blocked by Morse once again. Pass to Decker.
That's 5
And
on.
Poole. And Poole wraps him up.
Yeah, there's
Poole's
no.
out of the game anyway. That's 5 on Poole.
Yeah,
And Lance Poole with some words for Ward now.
yeah, and there's no need. You saw Decker. Obviously, the foul is hard. He kind of goes towards Poole. No need for that.
The saying T, Poole's already out of the game. At this point, you got to just get him on the bench, sit him down. Decker, I didn't personally think that the Decker foul was just a kind of a wrap up to prevent the left.
Sure.
I don't think that was anything too crazy.
Yeah,
Not sure what the referee's going to do here.
yeah.
I think kind of the aftermath from Poole was unnecessary. You know, the John at Ward towards the end I think was kind of unneeded.
Yeah.
But the foul itself,
Nah,
to me,
what's he supposed to do?
overreaction for the fans, in my opinion. Them kind of the screaming immediately. They're going to call a technical foul.
But they gave an intentional foul. Yeah,
Intentional foul.
yeah. So there will be shots here in the.
Intentional foul. Lance Poole, his 5th personal foul.
Poole's going to foul out with 12. A couple of those fouls were those off ball, just ticky-tack. But he's another one who he didn't leave it on the floor tonight. He gave all he had.
Absolutely. Decker, free throws. Our free throw by Decker, no good. Decker, second free throw. Knocks down the second. Only 9 for Decker. And the Fighting Tigers would definitely take the 9 from Decker, absolutely. But just offensively, we haven't played our best game.
Thinking about Poole, if he goes up hard and tries to block that Decker shot and takes him out with like making a play on the ball, it's going to be much worse.
His fourth and the team's fifth.
That should be if we got a off the ball on Ward.
Hardesty on the drive on Durham. Hardesty trying to get it to the corner to Miller. Hardesty stuck in the paint there. Going to get a
3 seconds.
3 in the key. Yep. Stuck in a bad place there with Chase Hardesty and turns the ball over. Going to have
Into the Tigers, Todd Galloway.
Todd Galloway and LaDarian Parker going to come in the game now.
And LaDarian Parker.
Yeah, I think maybe try to get a steal here. Maybe start foul. It's awfully early for the foul game.
Ward now, or excuse me, Morse. The pass. Young from Durham. No good. Fighting Tiger basketball. Hardesty going to come in the game now.
Returning for Breckinridge County, Chase Hardesty.
It's going to have to be some offense that actually working. I think the most effective play this quarter has been like maybe an offensive rebound putback.
Hardesty now.
You got Galloway in the corner. Spalding.
Spalding catch and shoot 3. Deep 3 from Spalding. 2 for 2 from Spalding for 3 tonight.
Kevin Spalding. Timeout, Breckinridge County, a full timeout.
Oh, you got to love Devin.
Couple more Spalding 3s.
Give him the ball. Yeah, it's going to take a couple more threes and a little more and then some stops.
Yeah.
But he's been both from about the same area, just pure, deep too. These players take the NBA line as almost a challenge.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need to go back there, but Spalding showing that he's got the range. You know what would be neat? This is going to be I'm trying to calm myself down here. We need to see like almost like a third region skills weekend. Like, have an NBA
All-Star weekend,
a three-point contest, something like that. That'd be fun.
Maybe even a little dunk contest. It wouldn't be that many people that would be.
Yeah, or you could put it on a 9-foot low to the rim.
Yeah.
But that would be neat.
3-point contest would be I think it'd be a pretty good one.
That'd be a lot of fun.
One person from each team in the region.
Yeah, that would be neat. If you organize this thing, how about it? You can even have all the credit. We just want to see it.
Yeah, we can even have it at the mecca of high school basketball here.
I think you got a foul Ward right here, and here comes a foul.
LaGrange kind of imploring his team, you got to get, if that's the guy, we got a foul. That's the guy.
Spalding with the foul. I like, the Ohio County players aren't going to be able to hear us, but they already know. You can see Spalding just kind of, he's going to act like he's coming over to the bench, get his hands, wipe his face, but they're not falling for that one.
Ward makes the first free throw. Ward knocks down a pair.
And if Ohio County is able to do that, all the three-pointers in the world aren't going to bring us back.
Spalding calling for the ball. He wants it. Hardesty off his foot. Decker comes down with it. And another probably intentional foul there.
Yeah, I mean, that was a wind-up. And
that was another one.
And for me, I think that's worse than the Poole foul.
I agree. I mean, Lance just kind of wrapped him up. It wasn't very hostile. Decker took offense to it, which, I mean, it is what it is. But I think Hardesty kind of just gave him a little slap on the elbow there.
You see the wind up? Yeah. I think a lot of the afters, and you mentioned the crowd. Yeah. If this, well, I'll save that for 2 minutes 30 post game. See where this one goes.
Second free throw by Decker is good. Took Elijah Decker 2 minutes and 34 seconds left in the fourth quarter to get 10 points.
Yeah,
And, you know, that was one of our pregame things is you can't let him be the guy to win Ohio County this game. I don't think he has, but I think he's been pretty solid defensively, I will say. You know, I think one of the biggest factors in this game has been the defense, especially in the interior of Bo Morris. 5 or 6 blocks from Morris.
Six, and then one extra that was also a foul, but still gets that in your head. And that's the kind of thing you'd know who he is. I mean, these guys, they watch film, and he's a great shot blocker. He times his jump well. He meets the ball at the rim, and it's not like he's barely getting to him. I don't want to get all cliche, but you talk about if you keep doing the same thing and expect a different result, it's just not a good idea.
And this is a game to where, you know, as a younger Breckinridge County Fighting Tiger fan, when I got to watch those, you know, the front court of the Twin Towers kind of Justin Shrewsbury and Trey Irwin, when we had that length, you know, that kind of wish you get back to those days whenever, you know, we were never going to be outmatched, but those two guys in the paint, you know,
right
in the interior. So
certainly you don't want to see anybody going at Morris here in the last little bit.
Absolutely not. Spalding now, tough position to be in. Spin move by Hardesty. Hardesty in and out dribble. Tough pass to Galloway. Galloway spin move. And
they're going to go for a foul. Look like a clean
Morris
block.
On a foul and almost another one.
Alice on Morris. That's his fourth.
4 on Morris. And Morris kind of looks at the referee like, shrugged his shoulders. What more can I do there?
Yeah. It had to have been maybe down low because up high it was nicely cleaned again.
Galloway, free throw, rattles in.
Returning for the Tigers, Braxton Tall.
Back
Tall
to
going to come
10.
in for Hardesty.
Yeah, 10 points, 2 minutes. It's going to take one of those glad you were watching kind of finishes.
Second free throw by Galloway, no good. Ward with the rebound.
They tried to foul him.
Decker's probably not the guy you want to foul, just try to trap him. Ward now over to Durham to wide open Carter Young. Young, after a scoreless first half, 14 in the second.
Galloway
squared it for the three. Good on the three from Todd Galloway. They called it for Devin Spalding there.
That was Todd Galloway.
Devin's probably saying, I'll take that one.
Devin, yeah, give me that.
But that was Todd Galloway there.
Galloway with a little smirk when he heard that. He's like, all right, I can't wait to hear my name over the Sports Center speakers and credit Devin. We saw you, Todd.
He's thinking, man, he's going to be thinking about that one for all night. Man, the mecca of high school basketball, they got my name wrong.
I feel like had we been in Tiger Arena, we would have got that name right.
I think so as well. Maybe even at Cloverport as well. I think they got some pretty solid PA over there.
Yeah, and great sight lines, too.
Shout out to our Cloverport fans. You know, they're all part of the Breck County community. Shout out to those guys. You know, they don't get enough love sometimes. 59-50. Fighting Tigers down 9, a minute 50 to go here. They're going to be trying to get the Hack Award.
Hack Award.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He made the last two, so.
He did. Decker's been off from the free throw line, but that's probably not the
norm.
Ideal.
Sure,
Let's
yeah.
foul the best player. Ward is taking the ball out, so can't foul him there.
No.
Maybe a steal.
Got the ball mounted to Young. Galloway coming up on him. Young now to pass to Ward. And a full sprint to get. Yep. Miller kind of sprints over to
like
him.
he's coming out of the starting line. Maybe an audition for the track team.
Brady Ward at the line to shoot two.
Which is one of our, fastest growing team sports at Breckinridge County High. And Ward leads that one short. But the track team.
Hardesty now.
Into the Tigers, Chase Hardesty.
Brockman out, Hardesty in. Hopefully Ward can miss his second one. Make things interesting for us. He does.
Ask and you shall receive.
Hardesty with the rebound. Got Galloway going to that.
Galloway. Tall.
Spalding coming around the corner.
That's perhaps a travel.
Maybe a travel there.
Nice pass.
They've got a
Pushing
foul
the back.
from Miller and a very late call, but the correct one.
Yeah. And if that's Morse, that's 5.
I think it is. And looks like Abney going to come in now.
Morris, that's his 5th personal foul. Into the Eagles, Kate Abney.
And Morse once again kind of signals what more can I do? But
yeah, well, that was a two-handed shove in the back.
We'll say some of his blocks, that some of them have been,
Yeah.
I'll give him his credit there, some clean ones, but
he did get a standing ovation and well deserved with that interior defense. He probably sent back 14 points.
yeah.
That would have been layups.
And a smart decision to his credit by Paul Decker after Ward's 2 free throw misses, takes him out of the game, brings in Quisenberry.
Right.
Miller misses a big one there. Miller second free throw, knocks that one down. 7 for Miller on the night.
It feels like it's been about an 8-point game for a long time,
Yeah.
though. Hardesty's holding off the ball. Can't do that.
And a foul.
There could be a double team.
We need a foul.
Yeah, Young's got the half that's probably going to get both of these to drop. I don't think there's any way he misses a free throw here.
4 on Hardesty as well.
Carter Young at the line.
Yeah, I don't know, just a feeling. No way he misses these. He's having a great half.
Young with the free throw. Good.
Well, Simon, I tried the commentator curse. It didn't work.
And Ward back in for defensive purposes now, as is Durham. Second free throw by Young. Knocks down a pair. He's got his average. Oh, in the second half. 16 points for Carter Young. 61-51. Tigers down 10. A minute 20 to go here in this one. Hardesty. A lot of contact there from Ward. No call. Spalding almost trips that one. And Young will go back to the free throw line.
Alan Devin Spalding, his 2nd personal foul.
Just the second on Spalding, but you know, it gets to be a point in the game, Simon, where the math is cruel. The math's gonna be cruel, and if he knocks both of these down, that's 5 possessions.
Young makes the first.
Or well, I could say 4. Be 4 threes. Math was really cruel to me on that analogy. I got it wrong.
Young knocks down another. 18 for Carter Young. Hardesty. Step back 3 from Chase Hardesty is way off. Spalding with the save. Decker tries to be fouled. Hardesty goes down and trips Decker.
Now that's not.
That wasn't intentional
no,
there. Hardesty kind of went down first.
Yeah, some of the fans around us are
Some fans unhappy with
upset,
that.
but he just kind of slipped. He didn't do anything
5th personal.
untoward. That's the 3rd Fighting Tiger
It'll be
to
5
foul
on
out.
Hardesty.
And this
Here comes
is
the 7th grader Benjamin Grimes coming in the game.
This is what kind of bothers me about sports, because you know, we know Chase Hardesty very well. He's one of the nicest guys, like just a good person. You hear some of these adults from Ohio County just screaming just awful things.
That's the problem with like these kind of sports. It's like at the end of the day, it's a game, and you have, you know, grown men and women hurling insults at a 16-year-old kid. Like at the end of the day, you kind of got to have some shame within yourself. You know, you got to. I mean, I get that might be your kid out there that got tripped. I understand that, but it's like at the end of the day, it's just like it's not a matter of life or death. It's not that serious.
Yeah.
It's just you lose, you go back to your house in Ohio County, have some dinner with the family. It is what it is. It's nothing that serious, you know.
Yeah, and thinking about a potential semifinal be Ohio versus Butler County. If this game holds here, I don't think Ohio's got a chance.
It won't be competitive at all.
And Ryan Nottingham.
Now Butler County would have to just.
Excuse me, sorry for the interruption.
Go ahead. We'll talk about that after the game.
Yeah, we got Coach LaGrange kind of emptying his bench there. Decker, second free throw, good. 11 on the night for Decker. Last 4 points all coming from the free throw line.
Let's get it to Spalding. There he is.
Spalding now, jab. Spalding going to drive, pull up over Durham there, no good. Parker with the rebound. Parker goes up strong. His shot no good. Decker, Fighting Tigers might want to foul Ward there, but might just want to back off there. I'm not sure if they want to.
Now, what you wouldn't want to see, in the post game, there's no need for any afters.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. Obviously, Ohio County just dribbling out this game now.
Yeah.
It got away from Breckinridge County in the second half.
Spalding is trying to foul there, but I guess at this point it's kind of a lost cause.
Yeah.
And now I don't really understand the refereeing at that point. I mean, you had Spalding trying to foul Ward about 15 seconds ago, and you call a little touch foul on Nottingham there. At that point, just let the game. Gonna have Brockman gonna come in the game now.
Todd Galloway. And for the Eagles.
Here's what I like is Spalding checking out. Of course, Devin, he fancies himself a three-point shooter. And in this game, if this is his last game of his career, he knocks down two that were just the purest shots you'd see all season. You got Parker out there as a senior. Brockman just checked out of the game as a senior. It's a cruel game. Somebody's got to win. Somebody's got to lose. This was not a game where Breckinridge County came in here and just got blown away. The score got a little far at the end because we had 3 players fouled out.
Yeah. Benjamin Grimes, a 7th grader, taking a deep NBA range 3. Grimes 3, no good. Quisenberry the rebound, and Ohio County has defeated Breckinridge County 66-51. Breckinridge County Fighting Tigers, a great season. 16-12 on the year, ended up being 16-13. Obviously, congratulations to Ohio County, but congrats especially to our seniors, Hayden Brockman, Ladarian Parker, Devin Spalding.
And Wyatt Burnett out there in the handshake
Wyatt Burnett,
line,
of course,
too.
and I think this is the thing I hate for Wyatt, especially because, he didn't get to play this whole year, and I think this season, this game in particular is a game Wyatt could have contributed heavy amount in. Meade County game, a district championship, a game that he would have been a star in, I believe, I think he's a guy who, with his length, his strength, his ability to score the ball as well defensively, I think he would have been the best defender on this team. A great catch-and-shoot three-point shooter. I think he's the kind of guy, the kind of player that this team dearly, dearly needed, But Tigers, unfortunately, dropped this game. And like we were kind of saying, we got Butler, Ohio County next. I got Butler County by about as much as you can get at that one.
Yeah, when you look at the first game tonight, the Davis-Butler, we were talking it felt like a championship game.
It was a different level of basketball being played in that one. And, you saw Ty Price with 38. I think he'll replicate that, if not more, against this.
I don't see
anybody.
And something for Price, who has the savvy, he's not going to just attack Bo Morse without any craft. He's crafty around the rim.
Absolutely.
A crafty finisher, and looking into the future, Butler County is going to have a very easy game compared to what they did tonight.
Absolutely. Like I said, that was the region championship, the first game that we watched. No offense to our guys, no offense to any other team that is, in this third region tournament. But I think Davis, Butler was probably the highest level you're going to see in this tournament of 2 teams going at it. And like I said, I think I got Butler by a large margin in the next one against Ohio County. Any final thoughts for this game and this season as a whole, Mr. Garrett? It's been fun.
Yeah. Just kind of looking around, Brett County fans leaving. I got to watch out. I'm an emotional dude, Simon. And, we will be back tomorrow night for the Lady Tigers against Owensboro High School. But, for the boys team, this is the end of the road, and something also kind of more on a personal. We had cameraman Noah Allen all season for boys basketball, scoreboard Elena Wright all season for boys basketball, yourself for 3 years, Simon, for so many games. We've had so many good ones, and this was a good one for a while. And even though we lost, it had moments. And I realize when I get emotional, I start rambling. So you asked me for my final thoughts. I've really enjoyed calling the game with you, and the seasons we've had. And better stop. Where's my tissue?
Oh, man. No, I mean, it's been, it's been fun, just watching, as a basketball fan, being able to just, I'm always talking during the game. Watching my game with my dad, we're just watching basketball and just talking about it, being able to just break it down with you on this level, being able to do this has just been special these 3 years, It's not over yet. Don't want to get, too
sure, yeah,
heartfelt with everybody on
March.
here. But no. We got the game tomorrow. Hopefully another game. I think it'll be Tuesday for the girls if they won, or Monday.
Sunday, I think.
Sunday
afternoon,
yeah, okay.
3 o'clock.
That game. Hopefully
Championship.
we see y'all at that one as well as the game tomorrow. So, aren't done yet. And hopefully we get another game here on Sunday for the girls. But and the boys' side has been, it's been a great one. And this was a great game as well. And, like I said, we have another just heartfelt going out to, Devin, Ladarian, Wyatt, and Hayden,
Yeah.
All had great careers, So that's about it for our coverage here tonight. Noah Allen on the camera, Atlanta Wright, working our scoreboard. This is Mr. Garrett, Simon Drain, signing off.